Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to FTRL. And we are back for season 30 of GT1, if you can believe it. It's the 4th of July, so do make sure you've established your freedom, make sure you've left your milk and cookies out for Captain America. But apart from that, we are firmly in the UK and at Brands Hatch for round 1. So we're going to start off with a very quick and snappy qualifying session around the Brands Hatch Indy circuit, and then it'll be on to the full GP circuit for the sprint and endurance race tonight. So tonight you're going to get my usual commentary of a lot of noise, not very much information, but fortunately I do have someone to help me, and that person is GT2 driver, Mr. Joker. Good evening.
Good evening.
How is everything?
Everything is well.
Good.
Return to comms after a little while out.
Absolutely. Very glad to have you. So, I mean, you raced this track last night. I didn't. What did you make of it?
Brands Hatch was a tricky track for me personally. I think people will struggle a little bit, especially areas like turn 1.
Yep.
Cars seem to get a little loose around there. And depending on how people have got their cars set up with brake biases for the endurance race, that could factor in for tyre wear later and pit stop strategies.
Absolutely. So I've got nothing but good things to say about Brands Hatch, as I think everyone probably knows by now, but it is a track you just have to practice over and over and over again so that you can get exactly the right line, because that's where you get the pace, and it's so difficult to form any form of overtaking, especially in these Group 4 Alphas. It's going to be even trickier, I think. So we will wait and see, but we're not going to have long for this qualifying. I think it might actually only be... Is it actually only 5 minutes?
Potentially, yes.
Can't remember if it... I imagine it flew by. It was 10 minutes, actually. 10 minutes of qualifying, so we have a good amount of time settled out. These laps are only going to be in the 47s and 48s. We've already got 10 people watching. This is a great start to the new season. We've got Callum in the chat, we've got Derek, we've got Fever. Good evening, everybody. Oh, people getting little badges here as what have we been doing to our YouTube? People are earning XP in the stream chat. That's a new one on me. Like the stream, maybe you'll get some XP. I don't know. What it can be used for, who knows? I don't think it's going to make you any faster, that's for sure. Nonetheless, like the stream anyway. Alright, let's see where we're sitting. Ross is currently leading as he comes over the line again and goes slightly faster, 47.725. Any idea what the pole time was last night, Joker?
Do you know what? I was not paying that much attention. I was so far behind.
It wasn't you then. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was most of my practice when running was on the long layout, the GP circuit.
Absolutely.
So I'm more in tune with what the times for that are.
Yes. Well, Fever in the chat seems to think it was a high 46, and nobody's anywhere near that yet. We will wait and see. We do have a couple of reserves in this evening, a couple of GT2 runners. So we've got Dusty in, and we've also got Nobby. I believe Nobby is substituting for Aaron, who's on a beach somewhere. I'm sure he's watching the stream. Aaron, are you there? Hola.
Eventually on a beach somewhere.
Eventually, finally got there. So Nobby's a little bit behind at the minute, but not too far back, in a 48.7. Ross leads the way on a 47.7, only just from Lee, T. Smith, and then Pagani, and we have to go all the way down to 5th and blue flag, and that's not even 2/10, so could all change yet. We're still only halfway through. Then we've got Jonesy Graham, Jadon making the step up. Finally, we've wrenched him out of GT2, kicking and screaming. And he's going to try his hand at GT1 and see how he gets on. Fever says 47.846 was the pole last night, so Ross has already bettered that. This is a good lap from James. Up to P4.
Phew. Look at that gap to Pagani.
Snuck in a thousandth of a second ahead of Pagani. Pagani's not done yet. This one's not quite gonna. Oh, he does. I was gonna say he hasn't quite made it, but he has. And now he's 200 ahead of T. Smith, who's gone into P4, 200 ahead of James. So there's now less than a quarter of a second covering the top 8. I mean, it is a short track, but that is pretty much nothing. Graham currently 8th. Let's see how he gets on. Nobby's up to a 48.4.
Nobby's improved his time, which now puts all drivers within 7 tenths.
So Nobby is only just behind Bread. Jonesy just ahead of him. That's probably the biggest gap, actually, is 3 tenths between Jonesy and Bread. Oh, not quite an improvement for Jonesy there. Let's see who's coming round. We're just going to try and keep on the people who are coming across the line. This is pretty good from Blue Flag, but not good enough. He doesn't improve. Anybody else? Who have we got coming up to the line here? It's Bread. It's only a 49 though, that's not going to do it. Coming up next, we are going to be flicking between them to see if we can get hold of people. Nobby's not going to improve his time here. Next up is Ross Graham, and I think that was Biggles behind them. Nothing further yet. Lee has taken P1 off of Ross. That's a 47.6 from Lee. As is his want. Jonesy set a 48 flat. Pagani's into the pits for fresh tyres with 3 minutes to go. And there's barely any wear there, but Pagani feels the need for fresh rubber. So
I don't think anybody tried that last night. So
no, I mean,
potentially a good idea.
When you need a few hundredths of a second to gain a place. Oh, Graham stopped on the track there. Tom flew past him.
There's a very slow Pironi car as well, so I'm not sure who it is.
Here comes Tom. Don't think this is going to be an improvement. No, it's not. Same for James. Everyone now just trying to wring every last bit of pace out, but the further you push it to the line, the more there is that goes wrong usually. Other people pitting for tyres now. Blue flag's in. Fever says, Joker, can you crank up the mic a bit?
I will try.
So on to lap 10, there's 2 minutes of qualifying left to go. Lee is very closely followed by Ross, then Pagani in P3. Tom is 4th, and I think we'll be watching him and Biggles over the line this time, just to see if there's an improvement. Another improvement from Nobby Norris. That does get him ahead of Bread, so Nobby's up into P12. Jadon was in the gravel there. I think he was trying to get into the pits. Tom is still not getting any further. Can anyone bring out just a little bit more? There he is. Hola, senor. Aaron Taylor in the chat. He says Pagani. Tom isn't very fast to look forward. He's like the Mikey of GT1. Okay. I mean, I don't know who your money is on this season for GT1, but
I feel like Mikey's been copping a lot today.
and every day.
On landing.
I mean, if you had to pick anyone, I'd honestly say my money's on Pagani this season, but we'll see. Lee he improved massively last season over the few seasons before that, and he's shown that again here. Still leading Ross. Everybody now finding it very, very difficult to improve. I don't think I've seen an improved time set for a good minute or so now. We're into what will be the final lap for these guys as Lee hits the gravel, so there won't be any improvement for him, but at the minute he doesn't need it.
Pagani's about to cross the line. Let's see if there's any improvement there.
Nope, there's not, but he's going to get one more chance.
One more lap. Probably got to bed in those tyres a bit.
Yeah, he's really chucked it around there. We'll keep on watch on Pagani and also a lookout for any other times coming in.
T. Smith about to cross the line. He does not improve as yet.
Oh, Pagani's quarter of a second down in the first sector, so it's not going to happen. Biggles does get an improvement at the last as the clock ticks over to 10 minutes. That puts him literally thousandths ahead of Andy and up into P7. It says Lee's using his one good quali early on in the season. Biggles is up again. He only needs another 10th and he could jump 3 or 4 places here. So we're not going to see an improvement from Pagani. I don't think we're going to see an improvement from Ross. Biggles is ever so slightly up on his best time. She's a good final corner. He hugs the inside nicely. Full throttle all the way out. Clips the curb. That was nice. Now he's going to head for the line as we go on board. Needs to beat a 47.9. And he's not quite managed it. So Biggles stays where he is. I think everybody else is pretty much done. Yep, so that is it. So starting grid for the sprint race will be Bread in 13th, Nobby in P12, 3/10 ahead is Dusty in 11th, then Jonesy, Graham, Andy, Biggles, Blue Flag, Jadon with a good performance in P5, and then Pagani in 4th, Tom just pipping him to the post there, and then Ross and Lee in pole as we completely exit the lobby for some reason.
I was just about to say, did your lobby just crash?
No, it was oh well, we'll be setting up a brand new one, so that'll be fun for Biggles. And fun for us while we fill some time.
Hope you made a note of that starting order.
Yeah, well, I'll be able to grab it quickly, hopefully, and put it into the admin chat. Fingers crossed. It looks like the lobby did just completely die on everyone, so it's a good thing they did that at the end of qualifying.
I think on the last lap there, Bradley had a spin at Clark Curve as well, so we might never know if he would have improved on that last lap of his. But yeah, 7/10 covering that field is pretty damn close, considering there's a few guys in there that are covering.
Yeah,
Nobby being one of them.
They've done a good job there, haven't they?
Well done to my teammate Carl as well.
Yeah.
He's somewhere mid-pack, I believe. The GT1 super sub that he is.
Absolutely. He's done it a few times. Of course, I mean, Carl's well known for his longer races and his strategy as we rejoin the lobby, or a new lobby. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. Had a couple of struggles last night as well, but interesting to see how he gets on in the sprint races in particular. I mean, this is just going to be chaos. This is nothing but.
There we go. Fever says Carl's known for being old, like ancient. I do believe if he was in the chat, Fever, he would give you a hedgehog emoji.
Alright, so what are we heading into here? We are heading into 15 laps, but of the full GP circuit, obviously, not the Indy circuit now. Which is probably for the best, if I'm honest. If anything, it gets even worse if you race the Indy circuit. 2 times tyre wear, which shouldn't be a huge issue. Medium tyres only for the sprint race. So I want your predictions in the chat. You will win absolutely nothing if you get it right, but give me them anyway. Who do you think is going to take the first sprint race of the season? If I can figure out how it works, we might win some XP for getting it right. I don't think that's how it works. If it was like a Twitch stream and I was in control of it, I could give you all prizes and such, but A, I've forgotten how to do that, and B, it's not like that anyway.
You get XP, you get XP. Fever says Tom to win ahead of Ross and Pagani. He is just completely disregarded Mr. Lee Cole.
That is an insult. That is an insult, sir. I mean, Lee may well bin it.
Beach says full confidence in Ross to bring it home, but then they're our teammates, so he's got to go that way.
Yeah, true. Oh, we've got 30 seconds out. We are almost ready to go. I think, you know what? I'm gonna make a caveated prediction. If Lee can stay ahead for the first lap, I think he will win. I think that combination of Pagani and Tom in particular loves a battle with Ross. They love it too much, both of them. So they will happily get involved on the first lap. So I'm gonna stick my neck out and say that I think Lee will actually win this one.
I think Pagani's one to watch for, because I don't think he's going to take no shit. So if other people are battling, I think he's going to be right there to try and sneak on through.
Yeah. And for a podium, Jonesy. Why not?
Well, I mean,
why not?
Down in 10th, that's where I started last night in the sprint race, and I think I made it. Wait, did I make it to third? Third or fourth, I think I finished. I can't remember now, but
there you go.
As I say,
it's
last
absolutely
night,
possible.
A few people drove themselves off the track, so places to be gained.
especially as the whole chat has absolutely zero confidence in Lee. So let's find out.
Wow.
All right, here we go. Week 1, race 1 of GT30. Brandt Hatch, 15 laps. And we wait for the lights to go out. See if anybody false starts. Should know better by now. And we're all away.
Somewhere a bit slow to get away.
Yeah, a little bit slow. I think everybody's roughly okay. Tom is thinking about a move, but Ross is going to slot in, and everybody. Oh, there's a bit of contact further back. Oh, blue flags all over the place.
No.
James was in the gravel. There was contact between Si and James, I think. Oh, and then there's a massive pile up into turn 2. Oh, good lord. And this isn't going to be pretty approaching Graham Hill Bend. Everybody finally sorts himself out, so James in particular. Whoa! Exit off. Stage left from Si. Yeah, blue flag. Oh dear, so it's a bad start for him and Jonesy. I think there was contact from Jonesy, because Jonesy is waiting for him. Back up front, Lee does have a 6/10 lead, and as I predicted, T. Smith is all over the back of Ross.
I think Si's going into pause mode, his hazards are on.
Oh dear. That's a bad start, he's going to be fuming already. Oh, and now Pagani all over the back of Tom. There's no way through here. There's no way through here though. Oh, Pagani's very wide. Everybody's very wide.
Everybody's.
Oh, Graham's round. Oh, this is absolute carnage. Oh, the ghost just in time as Nobby Norris comes through, and Nobby Norris is up to P7. And on the back of Dusty Foster is up into P6, so these guys taking advantage. I mean, the top 4 got away around turn 1, and then that accident between Blue Flag and Jadon just caused absolute chaos. Everybody else piled in. And that, at the end of a hectic lap 1, Lee does lead, so now he needs to justify my faith in him.
Ooh, Tom hanging it sideways a bit through turn 1.
And Ross has managed to stay ahead of Tom, just about. Pagani still slots him down, and then there's a big gap back to Biggles, and then he's very, very closely followed by Dusty Foster in P6. Nobby Norris is in a good P7th, but Graham and the others behind him are closing. So you've got Graham, Andy, James has recovered to P10 just ahead of Brett, but then you've got Jonesy and Simon pretty far back. Beach is confused as to whether this is GT1 or GT2. I mean, based on that first lap, it's Brandt Hatch, what can I say? That's what it does to you. Lee is
I think GT2 was cleaner.
Probably was. So Lee is out of slipstream range, but geez, these alphas are not stable around here, are they? Ross again just sideways around the corner. I'll be interested to see now whether Tom just follows Ross and maybe pushes him along the straights in an effort to catch back up to Lee. After that first lap, when they were all massively fighting for position, Lee's just going to have to put the really quick laps in to stay ahead. But it is these 4. And Biggles, meanwhile, is, well, to be honest, hanging on to P5. As Carl looks at the outside, he's going to look to cut back. There's going to be no room there. And then Nobby Norris runs wide and he's given a little shove on his way by Andy. and Andy is up to P7.
Yeah, Andy got a good run there.
And Jadon's got a good run as well, and he's going to be up the inside of Nobby Norris as we go on board. Nobby, I think, is going to let him have that one and maybe try the switchback instead. He gave James a push there. You saw it in the rear view camera if you were able to see that. And then up in front, you can see the battle as Dusty Fossil takes P5 away from Biggles, and Andy is right there as well.
Ooh.
It's all going off. If you get a good slingshot off this corner, there's an opportunity to overtake. You have to either hang it out wide and get the switchback, or chance your arm and send it up the inside, which is exactly what James does on Andy, and he makes the move stick. It's always a dodgy move, that. I did that move once when there was a championship on the line and absolutely speared Brett into the barriers. So it doesn't always come off, but it did that time for James, and he's, after his first lap dramas, he's doing pretty well. He's up to P7, and he could sense a 5th place in the offing here, which would be a pretty good start for him in GT1. Sponsored by Geek Vape, as I can see on there. Phoebe wants to know if James is back on the wheel or still on the pad because of his knee. I have no idea. I mean, he managed to make it around the hills of Spa alright, so maybe he's okay. I don't know. I don't know, though, is the answer.
We've got Pagani looking at Tom Smith at the moment. Tom Smith ran wide at the start of clearways, and Pagani's all over him at the start-finish straight. Of note, further back, Blue Flag has let Jonesy go and is just chilling at the back, so I think he's looking for
that
something in
that endurance race pole.
Yeah.
Always works.
Lee's run a little bit wide at turn
he's under all sorts of pressure from Ross. Pagani, interesting, went about half a second purple on that last lap.
Did we say that Dusty's got Biggles?
Yep, he's into P5. Biggles is about to lose another position by the look of it, as James makes that same move that he made last time. Oh, he's done well. He's done well to hang around the outside there.
It's a little send it though, isn't it? Yeah, from
it has to be. Yeah, it has to be in that corner. If you can get alongside enough, it's all right to give him a bit of a shove out wide. It's fine. Space on the outside. Oh, hello, Andy. I guess that's a place to make a move, but he's decided against it. Phoebe says Pagani P3. He's lying, unless that's a prediction. Maybe he was briefly P3, but then Tom's got him back. I don't know. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I do enjoy Phoebe's efforts at live commentary through the medium of the stream chat, and it genuinely helps on quite a few occasions when we miss stuff. So keep it up, Phoebe. You are absolutely #1 commentator. Alright, Lee is under pressure again from Ross. It's whether Ross wants to make a move at this juncture or whether he just wants to sit behind and just try and get a bit of a gap, because Tom behind him is coming under all sorts of pressure from Pagani.
Bradley's just hung a move around the outside of Clark Curve to take Nobby on the start-finish straight, and nice. Jonesy is rapidly catching those two up now.
Jones is on the way. Blue Flag is not. And still Lee hatred in the chat. It's not a good day to be Lee Carr. Unless, of course, you're racing and not looking at the YouTube chat, which he is. So it is a good day to be Lee so far. But Callum is confidently predicting that he'll make a mistake. Lee, everyone hates you. Oh, hello.
Wow.
On board with T. Smith. You can make a move here. He's pushing Ross along. They are teammates, aren't they? Indeed they are.
Yeah, but T. Smith has got a penalty now.
A penalty. You can cut that corner a little too much.
Straight away on this lap.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and it's up to a second. He's. And he's wide again. And
mate, those two have been all over the place.
Yeah. That is not going to cost him. I mean, the penalty line here is one of the most forgiving in the game. It's not going to cost him that much. He's going to be back in touch with Pagani, I would say, the minute Pagani tries to get past Ross. So yeah, Tom a bit all over the shop there, but he has got time to recover, as long as he doesn't do that too often.
Carl's now by himself in 5th.
Oh yes,
nicely there.
What has happened there? There's a 3-second gap. I think it's just lap times at the minute. I mean, James had to fight to get past the others, so James is up into P6. There's sort of a puff of dirt there as Carl hit the grass on the outside, but he's okay. So, yeah, a 3-second gap. That's gonna be tough for James to make up if he wants that P5. So Andy's in 7th, Graham is in 8th, Biggles now P9, having been shuffled back a little bit along with Nobby Norris. He's got back past Bread somewhere. Bread's had a... okay.
Bread's just gone off now.
Oh, he's off.
Yeah.
He is off. And Jonesy takes P11. And if Blue Flag had bothered to drive, he'd probably be in P12. But he didn't for a while, so... at least he can now see Bread ahead of him, so he's got something to aim for. Oh, look at this. Look at this. 3/10 between Lee and Ross. 2/10 between Ross and Pagani. These lap times are all over the show from pretty much everyone. But this is where Tom will be given the opportunity to catch up, because it looks like Pagani is interested in making a move. Is he going to go to the inside? Not this time. Lee has to go slightly defensively. Oh, he's just heard a gigantic squeal of tyres as T. Smith rounded at it.
Oh.
Lee is hanging on, but there's an element of people not willing to make too much of a move yet. Because obviously, if you get yourself wrapped up in an incident, then that's pretty much it in terms of your podium chances. So, hanging on for now. Carlos had another personal best in the meantime for 31.2. James has now picked up the pace as well, and he's almost identical, but he's not gaining. And then it's pretty much as you were. A little bit of a battle going on further back, when Nobby Norris is trying to hunt down Biggles. He's actually going faster than Biggles at the minute, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Biggles has had a couple of scruffy laps, lap 5 especially.
Yeah, the 1:36 on lap 5 has not helped him at all, has it?
Not at all.
Back up to a 1:33 flat, but oh no, oh dear. I was just about to say Nobby could get in touch with him here, and then he's been in quite a strange place. You can lose it around there, to be fair. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. Oh, Nobby, calm down. Here comes Blue Flag. He's dispatched Bread, who's had another moment somewhere, and despite the fact that I've got a penalty, as Nobby hits the grass again, this might actually be quite close. And Nobby makes his way past.
Go on, Nobby.
But then sends it a little bit wide and slides back down the inside. We love to see it. Okay. Back to the front. Lee has edged the gap out again. 3/4 of a second to Ross. Pagani is right there still. And now T. Smith is back in touch and drifting it again round the corner. You know what? I'm going to hazard a guess at this. And this is based on mainly sort of being teammates with Tom last season. He refuses to set his brake balance to anything other than 5 to the rear. Which
drifting again.
is Tom using the handbrake. I don't know whether he's having a laugh. I will be 90% sure that he's got his brake balance set to +5, which would be a little bit of a nightmare in these cars, especially around this track. Oh Jesus. Oh, I mean, he's up on his fastest lap, so it's doing something for him. But he's literally got 2.5 wheels on the grass every time, and now
Pagani's going for the move.
Looking for the move. Can he hold in there and get the opportunity through Paddock Hill? No. Ross has hung it around the outside. Ross holds on to P2 for now. All this is letting Lee get away. We only had 8 laps though.
He's going to breathe a sigh of relief again. His gap is now around 1 second again.
He's doing okay. James is now slowly closing the gap to Dusty Fossil. Carl threw in a 1:32.2 on his last lap. James was a 1:31.4, so we'll keep an eye on that. He could yet catch him before the end of the race. Andy is there staying interested as well. And then it is a bit further back to Graham and Biggles and Jonesy. Nobby Norris setting his fastest lap of the race, 1:32.0 on the last lap. He can't quite keep up with Blue Flag now. He's decided to start putting the laps in. Is there anything Pagani can do here? He's had a couple of sniffs. Nothing more yet.
Meanwhile, Andy is pretty much right on the back of James now as well.
Oh, Andy set a hell of a lap on that last lap. He's only 1/10 off the fastest lap of the race for that time. So he's got the pace there. Does he want to follow James in the hope of catching Carl, or does he want to make a move? Tyre wear may be just starting to come into play a fraction now. I mean, it's not that bad for anyone, but it may just have a little bit of an effect. As Carl's regained his pace, 31.3.
Lee's gap has been halved again. There's a back and forth between these four.
I mean, Lee's gap has been halved because Ross has just pulled out a 30.7, sorry. Fastest lap of the race by a good sort of 10th and a half. So that is why, because Lee actually set his personal best on that lap, but it's to no avail. Ross is catching him anyway, and that's allowed Ross to pull nearly a second on Pagani as well. Pagani's had a scruffy first couple of sectors and he's on the grass there. And now, instead of looking forward, Pagani's going to have to start looking in his mirrors. You will see a sideways Alfa Romeo coming at him very quickly. People are upping the pace here. Really going for it. Oh, we got a back marker now in the way. Is it Bread? No, it's not. Who was it? Was it Bread? Oh, did I just imagine that? I think I just imagined that. I swear I saw another car there for a minute. Oh, now is Ross's chance though.
Tom's on the inside of Pagani on the start finish straight as well.
Oh, is Lee going to go defensive? He's not, and Ross is not going to make the move. Pagani is going to go wide and then look to cut back. It's not happening though. It's so difficult to make a clean move. I think I'm going to have to wait for a mistake or look to surprise somebody, which is very difficult to do with these guys. All of them know how to drive defensively. Oh, Lee's wide up front.
Oh! Ross skidding through Graham Hill. Tom going wide at Graham Hill. Oh, Tom! Jesus, going through Surtees, he's got the back out again. Pagani alongside and probably going to make the move.
Just cost him. Fever wants to know how many drinks I've had already. I've actually only had one Fever, but it does have a picture of a hippo on it, so make your mind up. It's nice and smooth for once. Through there from Tom. There's nowhere to go here though. Oh, we had to let off the throttle. And again, pushing it right to the outside. Pagani got a nice clean line through there and he's pulled out a bit of a gap. I'm going to follow Ross for a second. Lee's got a good exit, but Ross will now just start to gain a little bit, but the straight is nowhere near long enough. Lap 12 and 15, Lee has led this race from the start. Ross has had a couple of opportunities to make a move, but he hasn't taken them yet, so probably for fear. Oh, we lost Pagani into P4. Heard a squeal of tyres from behind, and T. Smith is through into third.
I saw him wiggling.
Now Pagani's gravel. Yeah, Pagani's going to have to fight to get back onto the podium. A bit further back, Dusty Fossil is hanging on to his lead. It is slipping slightly down to 1.7 seconds now. Carl's seems to be able to set the slightly quicker times, but James has been more consistent. Mid-31s over the last 6 laps for him. Whereas Carl's thrown in the odd high 31, low 32.
Oh. Sorry, there's a hot little battle at the very back between Brett and Nobby.
Here we go. This is what we came to see. Brett in P13, Nobby in P12.
Yeah, Brett got alongside him on the start-finish straight, gave him a bit of an elbow into turn 1, got ahead, and then at turn 2, absolutely outbraked himself, let Nobby go through again.
That accident for Nobby is so unfortunate. He's been setting some really pretty decent lap times. Apart from that, sort of all his other laps pretty much have been sort of recent laps have been 32s or 33s, but that one accident with a 142 on lap 7 is He's thrown his race out, which is a shame. Ooh, no, not again. Oh, I'm going to stop cutting to Nobby because every time I do he has an accident. I can hear squealing of tyres again. Pagani's maybe pushing a bit too hard now. He's still second behind T. Smith.
Yeah, Andy has dropped off of James a little bit as well, so I think that battle might be done. In fact, James significantly closer to Dusty.
Yeah, he's slowly gaining, isn't he? I mean, it's a PB on his last lap, so James is pushing now 1:31.2. The more you push, the closer you come to an accident, but he'll want that extra position. He's got 2.5 laps to gain a second and a half. It's a big ask. We will wait and see, but it looks like the win is going to be between these two.
Barring Pagani catching Tom, it's that's your main battle on track.
Both of them are pushing like hell now, right to the outside. Lee a 30.9 on his last lap. Ross a 31.0. It's 4 tenths in it. Ross has got 2 more laps to try and make a move, but once he does, with Tom now clear of Pagani, or just sending it, I wouldn't rule him out getting back involved in this fight for the victory if there's a battle up front. And that's a 30.8 from T. Smith, his fastest lap of the race, and just shy of the best lap on the race. Where's he going? Okay, Ross is just continuing to follow Lee. He's just going to hope for, I think, one opportunity.
Oh, very wide for Lee coming out of Grey Melt.
Does it come now? Lee's got a decent exit there. That will hold Ross off for now. See him just pulling away ever so slightly. The gap up to 3 tenths.
I mean, their tyre wear is also pretty much identical.
Yeah, Lee's slightly worse. Yeah, probably won't make too much of a difference now. Look how close Ross is though. Oh, and Lee is scruffy through there, but there's not going to be any way through for Ross here. Oh, Lee's got a penalty. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, and I think he cut that corner as well, possibly.
Oh no!
If
not
that goes
what he needed right now, Lee.
In fact, the only saving grace for Lee is that Tom's also got a penalty, which might pull Pagani back into it. Now that penalty is not going to be served until the final lap of the race. Ross is pushing anyway. Is there anything Lee can do to edge out a gap? Ross is all over the back of him. Lee has to defend this, and he goes right to the inside. If I were Ross, I'd just sit there and then wait now, to be honest. Tom's got a penalty behind him. All he has to do is stay on Lee's bumper, and he's got this race won. And I think he'd be doing just that. Lee's going to have to send it. Tom is more than sending it. He's got to stay ahead of Pagani, which he should be alright for, as long as he can maintain that gap. Lee needs to try and find somehow gap Ross. I don't know how he's going to do it. I think it's going to have to be a mistake from Ross.
Or
just spinning a bit further back.
On the apex.
Yeah, yeah. Pagani's possibly a little too far back from Tom, even with the penalty. Dusty still going. Looks like he's going to hang on to P5, although James has gotten a bit closer. Andy behind him at P7. Graham is in 8th. Jonesy
Ross has got a run on Lee. Ross has got a run on Lee.
He has indeed. He's to the outside. They're side by side. This is risky from Ross. Just hold back. He's held it there. Yeah, I was just saying Jonesy has taken Beale's speed on, but Jonesy has a half-second penalty himself, so Beales may well get that back. Blue flag in 11th, Bread in 12th, and Nobby has now dropped off and had another moment somewhere. He's in 13th, so back to the front. The penalty is about to be served, and this is going to decide the race by the look of it. So unfortunate for Lee. He slows down. Ross to the outside, sweeps around the outside, just coming into the final corner. And that is going to be that. That is heartbreaking for Lee. So close to leading start to finish, but it's Ross who is going to take the win. P1 for Ross. Thomas penalty, he had enough in it in the end. He takes the final podium place ahead of Pagani. Jadon, oh, what has happened? What has happened to Carl?
I wonder
is that
a
weight
strategy points thing? Yeah.
Maybe.
Jadon gets full points, doesn't he?
Very true.
potential.
Yeah, quite possibly. So James in 5th, Carl in 6th, Andy in 7th, Graham in P8. Biggles does beat Jonesy back to P9. Jonesy with a top 10 finish. Blue Flag makes his way back to 11th, Brett in 12th, and then Nobby Norris will finish in P13. Well, well. It was a 99% perfect race from Lee. But that 1% it is often the difference in GT1.
Gutted.
So, results of the first race. Ross with the win and the fastest lap of the race. Lee in 2nd, Tito 3rd, Pagani, Jadon, Dusty Fossil, Andy, Graham, Biggles, Jonesy, Blue Flag, Bradley, and then Nobby. So Nobby Norris, I believe, will have pole for the endurance race. Let's see, what have we got for the endurance race? Ooh, times 6 tyre wear. Lovely. Lovely stuff. Times 4 fuel depletion. 33 laps. The mediums and hards are mandatory.
We have
soft
lots
tyres are
of
optional
from the lobby.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if that's going to be a permanent thing for the evening. And
Or the
Sight
season.
in the chat says he's got no force feedback.
Oh, that doesn't help.
No, I know he's been struggling with his wheel after recently updating the firmware. Sometimes it's too hard, I think, and sometimes it's too soft.
Yeah, it's a common problem.
First world problems, mate.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's not going to be helping his feeling for driving the car.
Nope.
Fever, we don't know, but it kind of has that feeling to it.
Cars, please. Cars, please, everyone. Ross says, Bread's hungover from too much freedom. I was talking to some American customers yesterday at work, and knew they were going off, obviously, and we finished our call, and they were all they were all going to head off that day, and we said, yeah, have fun, enjoy the weekend, and then I signed off with Happy Thanksgiving by mistake.
Yeah, I think a few
just hung up on
people do that. No, I think the joke is that some people purposefully say Happy Thanksgiving because we are thankful for no longer having America under our control, sort of thing.
No, it's very true.
But
we broke up with you. Feeble wants to know, Joker, how you're feeling about week 1, about your week 1.
Oh, about my week 1, Fever? Mixed feelings. Test races seemed better than actual race night. To qualify 10th was a bit of an eye-opener, but the sprint race was great, mainly because other people were not so great, and the endurance was a race. Yeah, it was alright, I suppose. Hoping that it was Brands Hatch things, and that next week will be significantly better.
Well, next week will be Road Atlanta. It's good practice for Mikey.
Oof. I think I just saw some Ross on Nobby violence in practice.
It's a hell of a track lineup this season. Except for Big Willow. Who the fuck put that in there?
Yeah, what's that all about?
What was the thought there? And Biggles is currently on the soft tyre in the pits. I was just about to say I'm interested to see if anybody uses the soft tyres.
Yeah, some people did.
Interesting. On times 6 tyre wear, that's going to be. I mean, yeah, is that Darbo in the chat? Good evening, sir. He wants to know who picked the 4C. I don't know. I like the 4C. Maybe not the Group 4 version so much, but.
See, now I heard of something in the chat for last night's race. Someone saying whoever picked the 4C or something along those lines had a stellar idea, and I think that was Derek. So whether he picked it or not, or suggested it, then if he did, he needs shooting. Quite honest.
Well, from my point of view, I ruled myself out of this season to have a break, and then I was quite disappointed when I saw it was going to be the 4C and I wasn't going to be driving, and then even more disappointed when I saw the first week was going to be Brands Hatch. But never mind. I would have fucking bossed this race. Anyway.
Pagani says such a bad race from him, drove more on the grass. To be fair, Pagani,
not as much as Tom.
Most of the top 4 drove most on the grass.
Right, let's see if they do that again. But the top 4, meanwhile, will be Nobby Norris, Blue Flag, Jonesy and Biggles. Will Si fancy his chances here as we get going for 33 laps of the endurance race. Oh, it's a good start from Blue Flag. He's already alongside Nobby Norris. Will he hang it round the outside? It's a risky move. On the hard tyres as well. And he slots in behind. Nobby starting on the mediums. And we all filter through.
This time.
Yeah, bit cleaner. Nobby in GT1, come on, says Bolts. Should we tell him? Let's not tell him. Let's leave the magic alive. Well, everybody is through the first few corners cleanly this time. Yeah, everyone taking it a little bit easier for the endurance race. Lee is alongside Graham. Lee's made a very good start. He's flown up on the medium side. He's flown up to P6. That's a great start. He's got his teammate Jonesy just ahead of him. And what's Jonesy going to do? Is he going to let him go? Yes, indeed.
Oh my God! Nobby, what have you done?
That was.
Nobby, what have you done?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's a shame.
I had a bad angle, but there was door-to-door action, and I think Nobby just got cycled to the gravel.
Oh dear, unfortunate. He's still there. Not too far behind, just 5 seconds from the lead still, so still got a chance. Blue Flag is in the lead.
During all that, Lee's managed to get past Biggles, who's on the soft tyres.
That's a good effort. Right, so it's the end of
Lee wants to win.
It's the end of lap 1, and Lee has made his way from 11th to 3rd. So that's a good effort. A very good effort. And now Andy is at the inside of Si, is a bit wide. Oh, and there was contact as Blue Flag tried to come back on.
Oh God!
He made his way to the very far to the inside, and that's allowed Lee to sweep around the inside and go into P2.
Yeah, defensive, I think they call that.
Lee's going to be a little bit annoyed at what happened to him in race 1, where he almost had the win. Oh, who's that on the grass? That is unsurprisingly T. Smith, who's managed to bully his way up to P6 now. And there's a couple of these guys just carving their way through the field. Ross has only managed to get himself up to 9th. Of course, we've only got 12 drivers now because Brad had one race in him, it seems, and now he's fucked off. Andy leads from Lee then. Biggles, P3 on the soft tyres, so he'll need to keep in touch now.
Already dropping off, which is a bit of a surprise on those tyres.
The tyres are already wearing. I was about to say he's purple, but then so will everybody because it's only lap 2. No, he is catching Lee back up now.
I think I heard someone say that soft tyres maybe 8-9 laps.
Yeah, it's looking. Yeah, probably about that. We can keep hold of it. It was a big gap now from Biggles back to Blue Flag. Obviously, with Simon on the hard tyres, that's not a surprise. And is Jonesy going to have a look at a move here? Oh, James is very wide. He's very wide, and he's held it. James goes around. No, sorry, Carl goes around the outside into P5. That's a familiar position for him. Spending most of his time in the first race in 5th. So Jonesy nearly had a move on for P4, but very nearly went very wrong for him.
James.
And James is failing. Oh, hello.
Is that Ross?
That's Ross. Just
that's Ross trying to
out of nowhere, a big purple nose appears. Tom's back down to P9, and no idea what happened there.
When did Tom go back in P9?
I don't know. I think I think he might have been on the grass.
What is going on? Oh my Lord!
Oh Jesus Christ! What was that? I have no idea what happened there. Absolutely no idea.
Sticking the nose in.
All of a sudden, people were sideways. Tom managed to keep hold of it. Graham did not. He was in the grass. That's allowed Pagani through. There's a little bit of chaos going on back here.
Tom was trying to come across the track.
Oh, somebody's gone round. Somebody's gone round. There's a yellow flag. Oh, absolute chaos. Simon's ghosting.
Yeah.
Graham's been detonated. He's still there. They're all still there. Graham's in P11. All this has allowed Nobby to catch back up to the back of the pack.
Come on, Nobby.
Go on, Nobby. He's now gonna. Is he gonna chance Graham? We're gonna go on board with Nobby. Oh, I can see people weaving up ahead.
Yeah, I'll
it's
keep
all
an
going
eye
on.
ahead.
We're gonna go on board.
Look at James on the inside, going up to turn 2.
Nice and smooth.
Oh, Jonesy out of nowhere! Oh my God!
All right, we're gonna have to cut away from Nobby Norris. I was hoping for a late move, but it's not gonna happen. We're gonna have to go and see what's going on here. Andy and Lee are battling for the lead. Biggles is there as well. Biggles is looking for a move up the inside of Lee. Lee's going to take the wide line and then try and cut back on Andy, which he's not going to manage, but he's got an alright run. Oh, it's all going off. And Carl's on the soft tyres as well. Now I know Carl's good at managing his tyres, but that rear left is still getting away from him a little bit. But he's 3.5 laps in, to be fair, and he's purple through the second sector, so that might let him catch up to these guys if they carry on as they are. Because he's all over the back of Lee.
He does have the virtue of having run a race already, so he's knows one strat. So trying something different this time, I think.
Ross is looking grassy again. Oh, there he goes.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, lovely 360. Is he going to hold his position? No, James is going to go straight through him. Jonesy's not going to get that luxury, but he's still going to elbow Ross out of the way and take P6. Good work from Jonesy. Right, that was a lovely pirouette from Ross. Right, so purple lap from Dusty Fossil, 131.2. Oh, Biggles is on the gravel. This is a chaotic endurance race. If this is what it's going to be like all season, we're in for a hell of a season. Andy is still leading. Lee is probably settling down a bit now into P2. He has got... actually, it's pretty borderline. I was going to say he's got more fuel than Andy, but it's a very tiny amount more. I don't really know if fuel saving will play into this race at all. It contributed a hell of a lot to last season. But that was a different matter with different cars and Group 3 and everything else. But we'll see.
Bolts is asking what's going on. Well,
no idea.
No one seems to understand this is the endurance race.
And this is GT1, and we've got Jonesy and Jade on challenging each other for P5. So these guys stepping up. And in the meantime, behind them, oh, Ross with the move.
Here comes Ross now.
Jonesy, that's not a wise place to try and make a move around there. It's cost him a bunch of time and speed, and Ross has just swept round the outside as everybody fires through again.
Pagani also coming to latch onto the back of him.
Yep, there he comes. Whoa, careful. Whoa, who was that in the background? T. Smith is
Nobby's
in P12.
Just got past T. Smith.
Oh, Nobby's that's all.
Come on, Nobby.
Hang it in the fucking loop. Nobby Norris overtakes T. Smith.
I'm guessing Tom went wide.
Tom's on a right. Is he drunk? What's going on?
No.
He's still drunk from the spa.
That's straight. It's clearways, yeah. He was going. Oh!
I'm telling you, Tom.
Nobby, no!
Oh, no, Nobby! Oh, Tom's followed him into the gravel.
Going to the gravel.
Oh no! What a disaster! We got the move. That's one for the ages. Graham, in the meantime, is challenging Blue Flag for P9. I mean, these guys have become completely detached. There's a huge battle going on here. Ross is trying to go around the outside of Jonesy, and he might just manage it, you know. He's going to have the inside for the next corner, and if he can get the toe off James, which he has a little bit, yeah, he's just pulled out of Jonesy. Jonesy is going to have to back out of this.
Graham looking at Blue Flag just behind as well.
Oh, Graham.
Give Nobby the championship right now. I'm down.
Yeah, it's like, okay, it's done. It is done. So Andy's still P1. I think Lee is settled for the moment, just sit behind him, maybe try and save a bit of fuel, save a bit of tyres. Biggles is still there, but his tyres are giving up on him rapidly. I'd say if he's
off the track again.
Oh god. I'd say.
My gosh.
Biggles probably.
Gravel. Nobby's gonna get him again.
Oh,
sorry.
Hello.
Nobby's gonna get him again.
Go on, Nobby.
He's done it again.
Two in a row.
Exact same move. Come on, Nobby.
Come on, Nobby. Don't go off at paddock. Don't go off at paddock this time. Come on, Nobby. We'll stay on board. Everybody's loving this in the chat. Nobby is incredibly wide at turn 1. he was so far from the apex.
It's fine. He's kept it. He's still going. It's all good.
Come on, Nobby.
Still looking at the back of James at the moment.
We're staying on board with Nobby till he finds an apex. Oh Jesus! Come on, Nobby. Tom's back to within 7/10. Yes, there we go. That's more like it. All right, good stuff. So we'll keep an eye on those two. One of the Ftrl battles for the ages. The two up front are still being very boring and just going around. Biggles in P3, and Carl's got right up to the back of him now. So Carl going on the soft tyres along with Biggles. Their tyre wear and fuel is identical. So these two, it'd be interesting to see how they get on once they've pitted and how the strategies work out. The mediums and the hards are mandatory, so you've got to assume they're going for one of each.
Mediums are the only ones that are mandatory.
Sorry, I'm getting confused with the rules again.
Yeah. Oh,
they did
dipping in.
They did change 2 hours before the race yesterday, to be fair.
Right.
Well, they were corrected, shall I say. I won't bring that up again.
Oh no, Nobby's just caught a bit of the gravel in the exit of
Nobby. Pagani's in the pits. So Pagani's in the pits. Tom's back ahead of Nobby. These two changing places every lap at the minute. And Tom again just drifts it into turn 1. That seems to be the way he wants to play it, so we'll leave him to it. Nobby's fuel saving the hell out of T. Smith. Go on, Nobby. So Pagani is the first to pit. He's come off his hard tyres after 7 laps and is on to the mediums. Yeah, medium tyres are mandatory, yeah. That's right. Yeah. So only the mediums are mandatory, so could these guys be going for a soft and 2 mediums perhaps? Who knows?
I'm not sure. I think general talk before the racing yesterday was 1-stops.
That's a big 1-stop. I mean, I'm assuming that they're both going to pit here.
Yeah.
Oh, we've lost Lee. Thank you, Fever. Lee's down to P7 and struggling.
A noob.
He's got it.
Washed.
Yeah, he's just had an incident somewhere because, yeah, oh dear. Right. Well, Biggles has gone into the pits, but Carl hasn't. Carl's decided to try and eke an extra lap, and if there's anybody who will do a 1-stop, it's on soft tyres, it's Carl. It does mean you have to. You'll have to be in. Yeah, it's got to be.
It won't be 1-stopping on soft tyres. But it was mediums and hards.
Hards and mediums. Yeah.
As the general strat talk, but. I think yesterday with people using softs, it's kind of opened it up a bit for what people are doing.
Andy's got a really good chance here. Really good chance. Andy, I don't know what's to come for the soft tyre runners. We'll wait and see. But Andy in particular, and watch out for Ross. He has got 9 seconds to make up on Andy though, and Andy's not lapping slowly, so I think Andy's in prime position here. Now following the demise of Lee. Lee has, however, kept P6. Oh, as side pulls a move on Graham. That's a hell of a place to make a move. He's made it stick. Oh, and Graham's a little bit wide following that.
I have to say though, looking at the other runners on medium tyres, Andy is in a bad place. His tyre wear is significantly more than everybody else.
Oh yeah. So going for the one stop, presumably that's might come into play a bit later on. Yeah, Ross's tyres significantly better. Carl is in. His tyres are pretty much dead.
Andy's on pad. Yeah, well, I mean, so am I, Feeber, but I don't think I had that sort of...
That's a quick stop for Carl. No fuel. Out onto the soft tyres again. So it's a double soft stint, sorry, for
Blue Flag's lost it. Blue Flag's gone.
Just saw him fly across the screen and hit the wall. Oh, someone clipped that back. That was great.
I think he got a bit unsettled as Carl came out in front of him.
Casually talking about Carl's tyres, and this car appeared from nowhere on the camera. So yeah, a double soft tyre stint for Dusty Foster. He's going to have to go onto the mediums after this, so yeah, I could see it happening.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a Nobby news flash. He is just 6/10 off of T. Smith.
Come on, Nobby!
A whole lot closer again.
I mean, Tom's has put in a 33.5, Nobby's 32.8. His tyre wear's not that much worse than Tom's, despite the fact he's on the medium tyres and Tom's on the hards. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Nobby. To be fair, Blue Flag is not really ahead of them, and Tom's now going to go for a move, and Tom's on the grass again. He's managed to get around the outside on the grass. That's a... Nobby now finds himself with a car in between him and his main rival for the championship. I have absolutely loved this race so far. It's had a bit of everything. And Sam Smith boringly comes into the pits. Boo!
Jonesy's having a look at James at turn 2.
Nobby, round the outside.
Has he done him again?
Is he going to switch him back? Is he going to switch back on Blue Flag? Is he going to do the switchback? Oh, Blue Flag's gone defensive, of course he fucking has. Oh, and now here comes Pagani.
Here comes Pagani.
He's got down the inside.
Make it 3 wide into turn 2, why not?
I always had to give way there. Pagani on the medium tyres. He's going to be flying past these guys. In fact, Blue Flag's going to let him through by the look of it. Or is he? It's not in his nature. No, he's not. Oh, Nobby looking interested. Back down the inside of Pagani. Oh, he's so close to making it stick. Not quite. That's a strong effort. Well played, Nobby. Right, so Andy is 8 seconds clear of Ross still, and Ross is not closing this gap despite having the better tyres. 31.8 from Ross.
Mate,
on the
you
last
need to
lap.
check the whole battle for third right now, because James has got the widest Alfa Romeo in the history of the world.
He's on the hard tyres.
Jonesy is trying everything
desperate.
to get past. Meanwhile, Lee has caught up. Carl is catching up.
Oh, Carl's on the
Graham's
soft
not that
tyres.
far back. Yeah. So he needs to get past these guys, otherwise those soft tyres are going to be wasted.
Shade on the number 32A from the Black Country.
Oh my god.
Oh, there's a bit of side-by-side contact through Paddock Hill. Lee's now going to run on Jonesy down the inside into turn 2, which he is absolutely going to make stick. And now it's going to be his turn to have a go at James. James having a great stint here, just holding. He's got himself into P3 and he's just holding people up, left, right, and centre.
Yeah, how long is people is his teammate, and that's not ideal.
Yeah. I don't think he cares about that right now. Lee's taking a wide line, looking to get the run, but James can just stick to the inside here, and then it's very, very risky for Lee to go around the outside. Yeah, it's so difficult here, so difficult to overtake cleanly. Dusty is there, Graham is now there catching up. In the background, Biggles in P8 is made his stop, he's on the medium tyres. Pagani a bit further back on the mediums, but not a million miles away, 5 seconds, and he's got the pace to catch that. Blue flag is still there. Oh, Nobby Narrett is now 5 seconds back, but not as far back as T. Smith, who has, to be fair, he has pitted. And now he's setting purple laps on the soft tyres. He's still on the grass line. Right, back to this battle. Any way through for Lee. He's going to be pitting soon anyway off the mediums within the next few laps, I'd say. But he's just, in the meantime, he's still being held up. James has got defensive again.
Jonesy's dropped off a bit and Dusty has caught him a little bit. So those two are gonna... Ooh, gosh.
James has to go defensive here. Can Lee go all the way around the outside and get the inside line for the next turn? No, he can't. How and his tyres looking for, he wants to know. Not great, I'll be honest. If he's going for the one stop, he's going to go a long, long way on the hards. He's got at the absolute most. The only saving grace is that his front is more worn than his rear, and once the rear tyres wear on these, that's it, it's game over. So he could possibly eke another 2 laps out of these, which would give him enough to get there on the hard tyres, but his lap times are going to be suffering. You can see he's now into the 33s, whereas actually Ross is into the 33s as well. So I'll say that gap has not come down since we first checked it with these two, and that was like 5 or 6 laps ago. So Andy's doing what he needs to. Lee has got past James. Finally. Just in time for him to pit. Now Jones is having a look. But Lee has finally released only to put it on the grass. And James has gone straight back through. And Lee slots back into P4. Jones actually takes it off him. It was a great move until Lee just decided to take a little trip to the gravel. Oh, and he's made a move back. Oh, Dusty Fossil trying to get through on the soft tyres. Finally, Carl's going to get a chance to make a move. These two now side by side. Surely this is Carl's
a little bit of
corner though.
Rubbing there.
Bit of side by side action, but the tyres are going to be firmly in Carl's favour. And Lee's still going to have a go here. He's still going to go to the inside. So after all that, Jaden still holds P3. Still going on the hard tyre. If I were him, I'd just carry on right now. He's going to have a massive tyre advantage come the second stint.
Yeah, I'm here for it, given that they are my team.
Yeah, I think P1 and P2 possibly going to be beyond them, but you never know. Been the ideal race for him so far. I'll tell you someone who's not had the ideal race. It's T. Smith. He set a 30.6. Unfortunately, there's no bonus points for fastest lap, so never mind, Nobby's still only a second behind him. And still going on those medium tyres, so fair play, Nobby. Keep going. Blue flag in P10. Pagani is on the grass. But he's got a bit of a gap back to these other guys. Pagani just lost so much time in that first stint. Caught behind other cars. Lee's tyres are going on him. He's got to pit. And these guys are all going to be going onto the hard tyres, which gives Carl the advantage. And James obviously will have that advantage as well, being that he's just refused to let anyone past him. Another 33 flat. Ross has finally managed, despite the nearly dead tyres, Ross has finally managed to pick up the pace. 32.4 compared to Andy's 33.1, so the gap has now dropped by about a second, but it's taken a long time to get to that point. And I think the reason for that is Andy's tyres are pretty much dead. He's going to have to come in this lap. Right, we're going to have to go back to this battle, aren't we?
Yeah, James's defensive driving had brought Dusty into play for Jonesy, but they all got a bit close and Dusty's dropped back again.
Jonesy tried to show the nose to James. He wasn't having any of it, and Jonesy is very sideways. Let's give a Carl a look round the outside. Oh, that's not a me. Oh, and he's
going to have him.
Oh, he's got him.
Here comes Lee.
Oh, Lee's involved.
Giving Jonesy a shove.
He's pushed his teammate back out, and they're still side by side. This is going to be a disaster. Oh, I don't know how they both got through there, but Carl has eventually taken P4. Oh, Jonesy is fully going through. Oh, and he's contact with Lee as Lee takes P5 off him. Jonesy's been super competitive tonight. I am here for it. Graham has spun in the background, said Fever. How do you see all this, Fever? I didn't even see that. God bless you.
Plus, here comes Biggles as well for Team Peroni. Not for Team Peroni, for Team Sneak. Catching up on Team Peroni. Oh, Jonesy has a great run through turn 1.
Well, Team Peroni are having some sort of battle royale at the minute, and have been for most of this race. Just looking at the screen, thanks, Fever. Sat in the background, never commentating. It was just the Kingmaker in the background.
I'll say it again, this is GT3.
This is GT3. I'm all for it. It's great.
I miss GT3.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my time in that.
I remember watching Odon's first race in GT3, just watching him just dive bomb everybody at Lago Maggiore. That was great. It might not have been his first race actually, but it was one of the first. Anyway, Andy's lead is dropping precipitously, and that is because his tyres are dead. He's near 2.5. He's 2.5 seconds. He needs to pit for hard tyres. This time's going to be a 1:34. He has to pit this lap, or he's going to really suffer.
Ross does have a half-second penalty.
Oh, Ross got a penalty. It's, not yet though. And Andy does. Andy does just about pit. He clunks a couple of walls on the way in. So Ross inherits the lead of the race. He's going to go around again. His tyres are looking very second-hand as well, and he's going to have a penalty to serve. So Andy filling up with fuel. Jadon into P2. Who's in P12? It's Nobby Norris.
He's pitted. So
he's pitted. He has pitted.
He's
on fresh mediums. Blue flag is still going, and challenging Tom has managed to overtake him, but Blue flag's thinking about going back. Tom's soft tyres are dying rapidly on him. He's already stopped. Ooh, Fever thinks Ross will go 2 times 8 laps on the softs. Wow.
Nobby's just come back into the pits because I don't think he fueled.
Oh no, Nobby!
Yeah.
Oh, let's remember the good times, everyone. Let's remember the good times of him overtaking T. Smith twice in 2 laps. Oh, Nobby.
He's changed tyres as well.
He's changed back to hard. He's
hard.
He's done his mandatory mediums for 1 lap. He's changed onto the hard. Oh, that's fantastic. What a strategy. What a strategy.
What did he start on?
I don't know. I think, yeah, I'm sure he started on the mediums. I wonder if he forgot to fuel and then thought, hang on, I'm not going to make it on these tyres anyway. I don't think it matters now. Ross is in the pits.
If he started on mediums, then I think what he's done is he's accidentally put on a second set of mediums instead of the hards.
This is some sort of
to fuel.
This is some sort of galaxy brain strategy from Nobby that I don't understand. Jano has the lead of the race. He is still going on these hard tyres. He's done 18 laps down. He has the lead, but Carl is really close to him now. Carl is running out of fuel, so he will have to pit this lap, I would have thought. So Carl's done the stop and has stayed up with James. There's nothing in these 2 strategies. I imagine these guys are. Carl's going to have to go onto the mediums, isn't he? And I imagine that's what James will do as well. The stop is really short here, especially if you don't have to fuel. It costs you, what, 6-7 seconds, if that. So I can see the case is there for 2 sets of softs, and that is exactly what Ross is doing. So Ross has done his medium stint, now he's going to have 2 sets of softs and just cane it.
Yeah, and I think that's what Carl is doing, but in reverse. So he's done 2 sets of softs, and he'll probably go on to the mediums.
So I think whether Ross can take this win is going to depend on these guys ahead of him, in particular Pagani. Because Pagani won't be pitting yet, and he's on fairly warm mediums, and he's not letting Andy through. And Ross is soon going to get on a lot less fuel, is soon going to get stuck behind these 2. For some reason, Andy going onto the softs fully fueled, or nearly fully fueled. So
move on Pagani, but I think Pagani's going to have a better drive out of that exit.
Yeah, if Pagani can get past Andy, which is
Oh,
Not a given.
bit of a boost there. Bit of a shove.
Yeah, he's probably trying to keep ahead of Ross, to be fair. Right, so
Tom's in the bits.
yeah.
Where's Nobby in relation? Oh, he's too far away. Dang.
Yeah. Well, that double pit stop will do that to you. Graham is going to overtake T. Smith here, I think. Okay. So Andy, 5 seconds off Biggles, but Biggles is going to be pitting first. Then you've got Carl, who's going to be lucky to make it to the pits, frankly, on that amount of fuel. He's going around for another lap. That will leave him with 14 laps to do on the mediums. Good luck. And James is he's gone. Oh, he's pushed it just a little too far.
Now he's got to wait for traffic to come through.
He's got to wait for them all to come through. Gets back on, but that's probably cost him at least 10 seconds. Oh, and he just pushed it a little bit too far. And now he's had to accelerate back at speed again. Might use up the last of his fuel. I think he's just going to get there. That's a real shame. Now ducks into the pits. Just that little bit too far this time. So that unfortunately I think rules out Carl from the race, or at least from the podium. Blue flag in just behind him off the hard tyres. James is still going. He's done 20. He's on his 20th lap on the hard tyres. So if
he's catching.
But Biggles is going to have to stop. Mind you, Biggles. I mean, obviously James is going to have to stop again. Biggles is going to have to stop again, and he's got a lot more fuel than James has. So out of nowhere, I think Biggles could be a contender here, and he's only 2.5 seconds behind in mind on the soft tyres and with a lot more fuel. So
I wonder if Biggles is looking to try and get this within the window of soft tyres for the end of the stint, for the end of the race.
He could well do,
because he can't use mediums again. He's on them.
So at the minute, I still think it's Andy, then Ross, and then Biggles or maybe James, but more likely Biggles. James put in a mega stint there, 20 laps on the hard tyres. Time's pretty consistent as well. He's all stayed around the sort of 33s. So he will pit, tyres on, fuel to the end. Oh yeah, the fuel takes no time at all, does it? In it all goes. I'm used to that agonisingly slow fueling speed from last season.
Oh, don't.
James has got Graham coming around the corner, but he's not going to take him. So James out in P7 with a lot of clear air ahead of him. 7 seconds up to Lee, and then Jonesy a couple of seconds ahead of him. Oh, where's Lee going?
Not a lot of fuel either.
Yeah. So it's all starting to shake out now. Quite a few people with one more stop left to do, but a couple have had their final stops, Andy.
Oh, yeah, you just caught that as well then.
Andy, massive shake of the nose from the Alpha. He was very close to losing it there, and he's got Ross right on him now.
That will not have helped Andy's tyre situation at all.
These two teams have annoyingly opted to go for exactly the same purple colour.
Yeah, who does that? Jeez.
If people want to see the gap between James and Biggles, well, it's going to be James and Andy in a minute if Biggles carries on like that. But James
is 21.5 seconds.
21.5. Biggles is now going to get caught up in this battle for P1. Andy's on the soft tyres, but he's not got a lot of life left in them. Ross has got more on his tyres, but less on the fuel. So I think Andy's going to have to go. Ooh, that's interesting. So So Andy started on the... I think he started on the medium, so I'm right in saying. Oh, Biggles is wide. Was that right?
Andy, I believe so.
So he's not going to make it to another set of softs at this rate.
No, despite having the fuel to...
So he's going to have a quick pit stop. Because he's not going to be able to fuel... He's not going to have to fuel much, if at all.
No, but he's got about the same amount of fuel as James has put in, so if James is going to the end...
I think he's going to have to put the hard tyres on though.
Oh,
hello.
Biggles.
Andy had a... Oh, Biggles is wide. I was like, Andy had a quick look down the inside of Biggles, and it nearly cost him, because Ross nearly got to the inside. Andy shut the door, then Biggles ran wide, which allowed Andy to enter P1 and Ross into P2. So... all this is letting Pagani gain as well. They're all wide. Every single one of them. Biggles has gone off. Oh, and that's going to cost him. That's going to cost him. Pagani's in third. Pagani's now in a reasonable position as well. Not too far behind these two. Surely Andy's got to pit soon. Pagani is going around for one more lap. So Pagani's got next to no fuel to get round this lap. Well, we'll be coming back to that to have a look. That is borderline. I can only assume he knows what he's doing there. All of this battling, Fuber is absolutely right. All of this battling.
Ross on the inside of Andy into turn 2.
Ross makes it stick. James has gained 5 seconds. A 31.8 on that lap. Ross did a 34.2. And Andy a 34.3. And James has gained 3 seconds on a lap.
Yeah, but Ross is now released. He's got clear air now, so he can try.
So he's got three or four laps to try and get that gap back up.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye on that. That was 16 seconds. It's now already creeping up now that Ross has been released. Yeah, Andy's strategies unfortunately might come apart on him a little bit here. I think he's going to have to pit, and I think he's going to have to go for the hard tyres. I think it'd be suicide to go for another set of softs at this point.
That excessive tyre wear on his mediums is probably not affecting. Is probably also affecting his soft tyres.
Of course. To be honest, the question might be: do you just pit for softs, thrash them around, and then just pit again for hards for the last lap?
Yeah.
There is if you stop just for tyres, there is. Oh my God, he's going around again. Oh, that is beyond risky. Okay, we'll come back to that.
Front left all last
no,
lap.
Pagani is in. Scotch Shore, so he's definitely going to get overtaken by James. Lee is through as well. So Lee is doing... yeah, he's in a similar position to Ross, I think, but obviously he's, after his accident earlier in the race, he's 10 seconds back, which is about what the accident cost him, so very unfortunate for Lee. He's now renewing his battle with his teammates. He goes down the inside of Jonesy. Jonesy this time gives him the room. I think he knew that... that is definitely a battle position. They're on very similar strategies. Lee has got slightly better tyres, slightly better fuel, so Jonesy's letting go. Which is probably for the best. Jonesy has had a great race, though. So all of these people are going to have to pit except for James. And Andy's going to have to pit for tyres, but not fuel.
James has all of a sudden got a Graham all over him, and now making a move past him, but
Ooh.
Graham's on soft tyres.
Yeah, if I were James, I'd just let him go. Nope.
It's not your best. No.
Nope, he's not going to let him go.
No.
He's going to challenge him. Jeez. I mean, if James knew that Graham was going to come in soon, then he might not have done that, but he's got back ahead of him. So, fair enough. T. Smith's found his way up to P9, and he's somehow still not that far behind Pagani. So despite his numerous Nobby-related battles, he's still there in the hunt. So Andy pits, and does he need to put any fuel in? No, he does not. It's another set of softs for Andy. He's got to make them last 8 laps. No, 9 laps. 9 laps on the softs.
9 laps. Yeah, that's
going to need a very delicate control of the pad. Danger zone. Oh, right, we'll see about that. if he puts in some really quick laps, he's come out 2 seconds ahead of James. He's obviously on the mediums, some slightly warm mediums like that. If Andy puts in really quick laps, he may even have the chance to pit for hards towards the end. Or, well, he wouldn't pit for hards, he'd pit for another set of softs, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
So he may even have the chance to pit again. But let's see what happens. So Ross is going to be in this lap. What'll be key now is to see where he comes out in relation to Andy and James after he's put the fuel in.
Yeah, James sort of equalised the gap around 17.5 seconds. He didn't go above 17.5 seconds, so he...
Oh, Jonesy. Jonesy is on the brink of death. He's got to pit.
Ross is in.
So Ross is in. Lee is in. Jonesy is... Please, Jonesy, pit. Yeah, there we go. He's in. So the top three are all four... Oh, Jonesy. Nearly crashed into the pit wall. So that promotes Andy... Does it promote Andy back to the lead? Ross is exiting the pit lane. Andy is coming around Paddock Hill right now, and Andy gets ahead. Does James get ahead as well? Yes, he does. So, these three are now running, or should be running to the end, but obviously I'm massively concerned about Andy's tyre wear towards the end of this race. He does have a 2 second lead over James, he has a 2 second lead over Ross, but Ross is on the softs. Witchell is in the chat. Good evening, Witchell. Lovely to see you. How are you doing?
Witchell? Jesus. Alright, mate.
Oh, Biggles is wide. Tom's going to take him. T. Smith. He will have to stop again, and he somehow, despite spending the majority of this race battling at the back with Nobby Norris, he's up into P5. The strategy has paid off. Sort of. Biggles has now got Lee behind him. Jonesy a little bit further back. Oh, who have we lost?
James has got a half-second penalty.
Oh, it's not going to help him. And he's actually losing time to Andy at the minute, which is to be expected with Andy on the soft tyres. How much can Andy look after those tyres, though?
Yeah, Ross is on the soft tyres as well, so...
Yeah, James is going to be under pressure here from Ross.
Ooh. It has been a minute. Witchell, hope you're well, mate.
Pagani going well in P4, but I think he's a little bit too far back to challenge. And in fact, Pagani is another one I'd be, he'll probably be alright. I'd be a little bit concerned about his tyre wear towards the end. Just have to watch out for Tom, Biggles and Lee from approaching from the rear. This will be an interesting battle now. T. Smith on warm mediums versus Biggles and Lee on fresh softs. We'll keep an eye on that one. A bit further back, Jonesy still has that penalty to serve, which is going to bring Blue Flag into contention, and then Carl after his spin. Yeah, he would be right up there as well, as it is. He's in P10, Graham in P11, Nobby Norris in P12. Andy is now 4 seconds clear of Ross. We lost James. James is on a moment. He's now behind. Oh yeah, he did serve the penalty, but I didn't let Ross overtake him. And Ross has now overtaken him. James is a second down. Yeah, so Ross is past him. I think that's probably not going to change now unless Ross has some sort of moment. And the gap is now 4 seconds. Andy just has to nurse these tyres home, but they're already looking... Well, he's not nursing, he's just set his fastest lap of the race. So, he's got to do one or two things here, Andy. Try and bring the tyres home over the course of the next 6 laps. Or, push, try and get maybe a 6, 7, 8 second gap, and then pit again. I think he's going to go for the former, I don't know. Yeah, he's still pushing. But Ross is also pushing as well now. this is the battle to watch for now while we wait for the scenario at the front to play out. Lee has got himself ahead of Biggles. I'm pretty sure he was behind before. Now having a look at T Smith for P5. I mean, Lee would have been obviously disappointed to lose the win in race 1, but it's still a P2. And if he can nab this P5 as well, that'll be a good evening's work.
Yeah, but also the potential win for this race, because he was what, second at one point?
Yeah, true.
At the very start of the race?
Yeah, he did have that moment.
Bit of a throwaway, unfortunately.
What could have been? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jonesy has had a moment. He was definitely P10, and yeah, this lap's going to be about 10 seconds slower than most of his other laps. So Graham inherits P10 from Jonesy. He was putting in a really good show and battling for a long time, but it's just fallen away from him in these latter stages, which is a real shame. Ooh, that gap is now 3 seconds. Andy has set his fastest lap again, 31.1. But Ross has set a 30.4. Jesus. This is going to be killing Andy's tyres going this quick. He's got 5 laps left. 4.5 laps left. Front left is half worn. He should start doing some coasting around the right-handers, and there's a lot of them. Ooh, the tyres are still complaining as he tries to keep that gap, but Ross is going quicker and quicker. He's purple again. Jesus. James, it looks like, is going to have to settle for P3 unless something drastic happens up front. He's run a really good race though.
In the meantime, Lee Cole has managed to get past Tom.
He has indeed.
And Biggles is now also potentially looking.
Yeah, Lee should be able to run away now on the softs. Assuming he can make it round Paddock Hill okay. He's a little wide, but the soft tyres should just about keep him in play. Yeah, just about.
And Dusty is battling Sai.
Oh, so he is.
Trying to recover from that unfortunate spin.
So that cost him about 10 seconds. It would have put him up with this battle here. Lee now pulling slightly clear of Tom. Biggles has dropped back a little bit, and this gap at the front, ooh, it was coming down significantly, but oh, these tyres, oh no. This is going to be nightmare fuel for the final lap or two for Andy. And Ross is now gaining. I'm not sure how much Andy will be able to do. What he doesn't want to do is jeopardise P2 as well if his tyres die completely and he has a spin. He could even find himself outside the podium positions. It's been an absolutely fantastic race up to now, but that tyre wear is just going to cost him by the look of it. Ross now just a second and a half away. Ross's pace just dropped off a little bit as well, just trying to manage his tyres, but nowhere near as much as Andy. And he is getting there.
Graham is interjecting himself into the blue flag at Dusty battle.
Here we go. Graham on the soft tyres. Is he going to make the move? Not here. Drops it into third, tries to get a good exit. Can he send it? Send it. Oh, he's looking down the inside of Graham Hill. Oh, there's contact. That's a bold move. A big bit of contact there. That's what's onto the grass. We may possibly see a report for that one.
Unless Graham slows down and gives it back, which...
Don't think that's going to happen.
Doesn't seem to be happening.
Tom has now got Biggles all over the back of him.
Oh my god, Jonesy's catching Dusty as well.
There we go. Jonesy next in line.
Oh, Ross has taken the lead. Christ.
Yeah,
Missed
that's
that.
yeah, we missed it. Not a big surprise though.
And
And
his
he
tyres are
just
absolute
needs
shit.
to, yeah, he just needs to nurse those tyres over 2 laps now. Hold on to speed 2. He's already sliding.
That's not gonna help.
Probably can barely be helped at this stage. James is 4 seconds back, so Andy can just coast around these corners and just hang on to that last shred of tyre, because he does not want to be running on rims on the last lap with James catching him. Ross is away clear. It's all worked out for him. Been able to manage his tyre. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just get on the grass for good measure. He's managed to just eke out those tyres a bit more than Andy has. And that's what's going to do it for him. Andy's still running an absolutely fantastic race so far. Garney in P4, comfortable. Lee is catching him, but I don't think it's going to be quick enough. And meanwhile, Biggles tries to find a way past Tom Smith, who has rarely been overtaken so much in one race. What can Biggles do?
Send it.
Yeah, why not?
Ah.
Boo. It's so annoying when you're stuck behind here and there's nowhere to go. Especially as you have to stick really close in this corner so that you get the run, and that sort of thing can happen very easily. Just follow Tom out a little bit wider and he ended up on the grass. Biggles just drops back a little. He's going to have one more lap to try and make that move. Graham is all over the back of Blue Flag now. You can see why he didn't want to wait, because he does have the tyre advantage. Jones's tyres are nearly dead. Blue Flag's okay, but he's on the mediums. Graham's looking for that way through. Jonesy has managed to get past Dusty Fossil. So on to the final lap of the race. Ross is now 3 seconds clear of Andy. Andy's tyres are clinging on, and he is just 2 seconds clear of James now, who's gaining hand over fist. This is where we saw Andy set 34s, 35s on his last stint when those tyres were going away from him. Oh, he'll be alright around this corner. This is a left-hander. It'll be these next 3 corners that are going to cause him trouble. Ross is cleaning away. 2 seconds to gap. Let's see where we stand. Oh, he's barely hanging on. Look at the time gain. He's having to just nurse this car home.
Very tentative through there.
Very, very tentative. He's got enough time. He's got the time to spare. The gap down to a second and a half. There's only 1 corner to go. Oh, Pagani's in trouble. Lee's all over the back of him. It's going to be Ross who rounds the final corner, comes through to take a very well-deserved win. Made the strategy work. Andy has hung on. Tremendous job to get that last set of softs to last that long, and a very, very well-deserved P2 for him and Team Milker.
Oh,
Jadon, a good race as well in P3. Lee has got Pagani on the final corner. And Lee, after his dramas earlier, I think will be happy with the P4. Pagani in 5th. T. Smith comes home in 6th, holding off Biggles in P7. Blue Flag is just about, I think, oh, it's actually a run to the line here. The P7.
Ooh, he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it.
Biggles. Graham gets Blue Flag on the line. 14 thousandths of a second. Jonesy ahead of Dusty Fossil. Jonesy gets top 10. And then Nobby Norris. Well, he may not have got the race result, but he has immortalised himself in FTRL history with a double overtake twice in 2 laps on T. Smith.
Driver of the day for me.
Driver of the day, Nobby Norris. There we go. Fantastic stuff. He then sort of ruined it by pitting twice in 2 laps and changing tyre size, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah. And forgetting to fuel.
And forgetting to fuel, yeah. And there he goes. Over the line. Great job, everybody. That was a fantastic race. One of the best I've seen in a while. Ross is your winner. In fact, was it? Make sure I've remembered correctly. Indeed, double winner. Well, there we have it. Week 1 is in the books. And if that's anything to go by, this season will be very, very interesting.
Yes, indeed.
So, please do join us. We'll just run through the results one more time, just for the sake of the scorekeepers. So, Ross with the win. Andy in second, Jadon in third, a good week for him. Lee in fourth, Garni fifth, T-Smith in sixth, Big All seventh, Graham eighth. Then Blue Flag, Jonesy, Dusty Fossil, and Nobby Norris in P12. And that is it for this week. So thank you very, very much for everyone who joined us. Thank you, of course, Joker, for joining me today.
No,
a pleasure,
mate. It was enjoyable.
We'll be back next Thursday with GT2 for Road Atlanta. See you then.
Let's go.